a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hi, everyone. Have I mentioned how much I love Zoom? The reason I love Zoom so much is because my guest today is from India. Isn't this marvelous? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. She is a singer. She was the Artist of the Year in 2021. There's so many other things, but we'll talk about that as we go along. Time to meet Sherise D'souza. Welcome to the show, Sherise.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nancy. That's amazing introduction that you gave me, and it's really been a hard work. I mean, every day for me. Like, I've just been like trying to like establish myself in music. And all the accolades that come along the way, it just gave me an affirmation that I was on the right path. Yeah. And it just gave me more confidence to go forward in music.
Right. Now, I know you perform a lot of different genres, like let's see, rock, funk, pop, country, blues, rock and roll, reggae. I'm reading it off of your website, by the way. Jazz, as well as your own compositions, right?
That's right. That's right.
What did you start off with?
I started off with the main base was classical music. Okay. I was in choirs. I was into gospel music. I joined a lot of Western classical choirs, and I was a soprano voice. And so because of being in a plethora of choirs, I got trained by so many mentors and teachers, and I got trained in different styles of music as well. And also, I learned to pick up music in different languages. So I was basically training my ears to pick up sounds and to gauge the nuances of different types of sounds and different kinds of music, the patterns. So my pattern recognition was started off when I was around 8 years old. So I started recognizing different patterns in music, and I could pick it up quickly. And so my auditory learning grew from there. Right. And I also got an opportunity to go to various countries and perform, like, for example, London, Ireland, France, Germany, and represent India and our music, and as well our traditional music, right, as well as our renditions of Western music as well. So, and it just gave me a whole different approach and a whole new learning on how
that is excellent. Yeah,
music is perceived.
You're right. Yeah. So what languages do you perform in?
Right now, I perform mostly in English, which is a global language, and Hindi, which is the Indian national language. Okay. But when I was small, I also learned to sing some songs in Marathi, which is another Indian language, Telugu, Kannada. So we actually did a whole repertoire. We went to Germany. We did this whole repertoire, one song in each song in a different language, and just to show the different the diversity that's there in India. Right. And each region of India has a different language. Even a language like Konkani has so many different versions because it's spoken differently in different places. Even Hindi, which is the national language, it's spoken differently in the north of India as compared to a Mumbai or a South India. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Now you've performed with a lot of well-known people, right?
Yes, I've had the privilege of learning from as well as performing with really great artists. And even there was one person who I performed with who is he is a recording artist from the USA. His name is Sean LaBelle. So he's actually associated with a lot of big record labels like Sony, and he produced stuff for Grammy-winning artists as well. And he just it was just a chance. Like, he heard my voice, he heard one of my songs, and it was very organic. He just liked the way I sounded. Yeah. So he decided to come over to India and perform with me, and that actually and also train me a little bit on what I need to do with my voice and how I need to control different aspects of my voice as well. and what would sound good and what would not, what I should stop doing. So he gave me that kind of mentorship as well. And he
Nice.
also performed in one of my, he also recorded in one of my songs, Baby Girl, which I released in May 2022,
Right.
has his bass line in that. He's done slap bass in that song.
Oh my goodness, how exciting. That is wonderful. I love hearing stuff like that. Now you, let's see, you do classical conductor David Bray?
Yes, classical conductor David Bray. I was part of a choir called the Newman Choir. So when I was in this choir, we had conductors come from all over the world to conduct the choir, and we performed works at this place called National Center for Performing Arts in Mumbai, or the Tata Theatre in Mumbai. It's very famous.
Yeah.
So we have the creme de la creme of conductors coming from all over the world over there, and I had the privilege of performing there and being also conducted by David Bray. We did Mozart's Requiem. We performed. It was a very tough piece because everybody knows the Requiem, and so there were a lot of critics in the audience. So it had to be done like to the T. And there were reviews, and the reviews were really good of the show. And it was a once in a lifetime thing that I did with David Bray, and I got his autograph as well after the show.
Right.
And as well as there's another conductor I did mention is Carl Jenkins in my profile. He's Sir Carl Jenkins actually. So he got the title of Sir, like Sir Elton John, so Sir Carl Jenkins. So he's a really very, very good conductor. I mean, the works that he has written is very rare and diverse, and it has a lot of African sound to it. It's very anti-classical, like it's more of African kind of a sound. So the concert that we did in Mumbai, where he flew down to Mumbai from the UK, and the sound was very raw and like African and very open. Like classical sound is more like like you close your mouth and you kind of make a rounded sound for the classical pieces. But this one was forcing us to be more open and a more open sound. And so it was a lot of my colleagues who were in the performance, and it was all women. It was an all women choir who did this show with Carl Jenkins. So imagine around 80 to 90 women on stage singing different parts.
Yeah.
And it was like like the African sounds. So something like that,
Right.
Amazing. I'll send you the link of his works. You can check it out. It's really magnificent. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So of all the genres that you perform, do you have a favorite?
I do like funk a lot, and it's because it's very happy. Something like Pharrell Williams does, or something like The Weeknd does, and that kind of appeals to me. And it's also very catchy. I actually like to listen to different styles of music to understand what works in different styles.
Okay.
And like for example, in rap, what would work, in rock, what works, like what people like to listen to. I like to understand those trends.
Right.
So when I'm making my own music, I suppose I'm making my music in a particular genre. So I like to follow what works in that particular genre. So that's how my songs become hits. So people enjoy listening to it also, and I make sure that the mix is also quite good and tasty. So people enjoy the listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's been a learning experience with every song. So I try to improve with every song. And hopefully the next one is better than the previous ones.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So you released, was it Baby Girl? That was released in May of this year?
That's right. It was released in May of this year.
All right.
It's all about like the struggles that women go through, and also about not only just women, but it's also generally about finding your inner child. Everybody has an inner child inside of them, and it is all the time. Most of the times, it's kept quiet, and then we become adults, and then we forget that we still have that child, that creativity inside us. So that song is all about awakening the creative inner child inside each of us.
Very good. By the way, I believe I never lost my inner child. I'm still very childish.
Amazing. That's what we all,
Well, my
yeah,
family were like
that's what
that.
keep us. And especially if we listen to music, that music keeps us young all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Music, it just so touches everybody in some way or some form, right?
Yeah, that's.
So what are you working on, if anything, currently?
I have some songs that I have recorded, and I'll be releasing them in due course of time. So I'm working with big records as well.
Yes.
So Pamela and Mark. So they've been really helping me to get my music across in North America.
Very good.
And so I'm also working on going on tour in North America with my current works that I already have. All the music. I have a set list of around 20 originals. So I'm right now performing it. There's a big performance happening in the next 2 weeks. There's my first ever international independent music festival that's happening in Kerala in India.
Okay.
So basically, I'm hoping to take this format of a show across the world, where I perform all my original music. And I'm going to be working with Mark and Pamela to kind of, get me on the Rise Up tours and, increase the set list, make a great show, because I also won the award of, Performer of the Year with the International Singer-Songwriters Association in the USA. So I hope to live up to that title. I actually got the award. Like first time I received an actual music award this year. It was a very big moment for me because I've never won an award in music, So it was a really big moment for my parents and for me to have an actual crystal award coming to me from the US.
Yeah.
And I've also applied for the Grammy Awards this year for 2 of my songs. Baby Girl is one of them. Baby Girl got balloted for Best New Artist in Pop. And Never Born was balloted for Best Rock Song and Best Rock Performance.
Right. Now, currently, right? Okay. Currently, people can find your information on your website, correct?
That's right. On my website, on the Big Records website as well, as well as Instagram. I'm on all the social platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You name it, I'm there. So on Google, if you just Google my name, Sherise, Sherise, you'll get all the information about me and what I'm doing currently. And I always love to keep my fans updated because they're the ones that are pushing me on. They are my best friends. My fans are my best friends because I'm doing all of this for them. And and wherever I perform, like people start following. People ask me, "What's your Instagram handle?" We'll follow you, and that's how I've been organically getting fans, friends, followers like that.
Right. Yeah. I keep saying this every time I interview somebody who's with big records. That, hey, Mark. Hey, Pamela. I want to go on that bus tour.
I would love to be there with you. We would have a gala time together. Absolutely. You and me can dance together on stage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't do it so well because I have some disc problems, but I will try. Would that be fun, though? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it's just a joke, Obviously, I'd just be a dead weight.
You would be the life of the party. You would be, yes.
Well, yeah. I'm kind of shy actually when I'm out of my area. Believe it or not.
I also was like that. I'm an introvert by nature, but being into music, it forced me to come out of my shell and share what is the goodness that is there inside me. And I didn't know it was there until I started expressing myself. Right. And then and then I realized there's so much of good that I can give to the world, and music is helping me do that.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing, we're talking about always with when I talk to musical artists, is like music is so necessary. It's such a necessary part. It's like you need it as much as you need breathing, right?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
It's all about emotions.
Yes. And whether you're going through bad times, like COVID was tough for everybody. I think most people, except me, because I was quite happy staying home, doing my thing on Zoom.
Lovely. Yeah.
But and what I like about I think just about every performer I've ever spoken to or interviewed, musical performers, they're so, I find, very generous with their time and wanting to share their music with others, which is really nice. I think that's a wonderful gift to have and to give to the world. So I'm happy for you that you're doing what you enjoy doing, and that everybody gets to hear you and see you perform. So that's really nice. So now, so remind me again now, you've got a tour coming up, you said?
That's right.
So that's in India, is that right?
That's happening. That's right, in India, yeah.
Okay. So
in another state.
All right. So people can look on your website, which I will include that so they can look at it to see what you're doing and where you're going to be. And I'm sure hopefully you'll gain some new fans. So that would be really nice for you. And I think we're going to end it there. But I want to thank you so much for being here with me, especially what time is it there?
Now it's 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
It's actually perfect.
So it's probably been a long day for you, right?
But the sweetest ending to the stay is talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Now stay on camera. I just want to say goodbye to everybody. So yes, you've been listening to Sherise D'souza, and I'm going to share her website. So if you want to find where she's going to be performing or find out where her music is, again, it's most likely on all of the genres, but big records will be one of them as well. And thank you everybody for watching the show, and remember to be nice, and then peace out. Thank you.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.